Hi everyone, while I've got the two big boys out, I thought I would do a size comparison for you. So at the moment Rick is finished eating his snail mash and he's trying to escape. Come here please sir. So just give him a scoop like so, get the dirt off you. So this is Rick, as you can see. Compared to my hands, he's a decent size. Don't worry about his shell. This is just, I haven't sprayed him with water. This is what a snail shell looks like. And he's old. As you can see, he's got these changes in growth. So that was last, I don't know, I think that was the end, like last year. And then he's got this new growth that he's been doing recently. He's always had a bit of a battered looking shell. It's just how Rick is. And he's not in fully out of his shell yet. He does fill my hand when his whole foot's out, and he's quite a chunky heavy snail now. I don't know his exact weight because I haven't got any scales to weigh them on because my scales are broke, but he's definitely put a lot of weight on because he did lose some weight recently when he stopped eating, but since he's been on his new diet of veggie mash, which is basically all the foods he was eating before but mashed up so he'll eat it, he's put all that weight back on and he's doing very well. And then size comparison, if I can get the piece of lettuce from off Alvin. This is Alvin. Now bearing in mind Alvin is 1 year old, so that shows you how quick Alvin is growing compared to Rick. Rick is 5 years old, and as you can see, Alvin is catching up to him shell size wise quite quickly. Obviously he's a lot darker snail as well, but obviously he's got a newer shell because he's younger, and his growth, you can see there the recent growth, this nice big ridge of growth. Again, he's just covered in soil. I'm not going to wash them just so they look beautiful on camera. I want you to see what snail shells actually look like. So this is what a young adult snail shell looks like, and then this is what an elderly snail's shell looks like. It's got little white marks on because obviously he scrapes it around when he's crawling around because it's heavy. So you will get these like scuff marks, you'll get little water marks on them. Especially if you live in a hard water area, which I do, so you sometimes get little sort of lime scaly marks. Ooh, he's popping his face out to have a look. Hello, you okay my darling? Hello. So yeah, Simon, obviously I've got Slimern, which is one of the babies, but Simon, which is Alvin's brother, is not far off the size of Alvin, and then I've got Theodore. But yeah, so I'm really pleased with the Alvin, Simon and Theodore's growth, as well as Morty's. Morty is the same size as Alvin, and Morty is about the same age, about 1 year old. I don't know exactly because I got him when he was a bit older. I've only had Alvin for a few months. Not Alvin, I've had Morty for a few months because the original Morty that Rick was with died. Hello baby. Well, we can see his face. As you can see, with his new diet of mashed up veggies and plenty of calcium powder, Rick is now thriving and is a lot more full of energy, and he's a lot more keen to explore and move around now, whereas before he'd stay in the same spot for at least 48 hours and he'd just like move his head to get food and then go back in his shell. So yeah, he's recovering really well. So I will stick to him having the mushy diet. Alvin eats everything a normal regular giant African land snail eats. Lots of veggies like carrot and leafy greens and cabbage and snail mix, fish food flakes, protein sources. Anything I give him he'll pretty much eat. He just doesn't like broccoli. Do you? You don't like it, do you? If you look at the size of the head, you can see obviously Alvin's got some growth to do, obviously, but he's a younger snail. But for 1 year old, I'm really pleased with his growth. Rick grew a lot slower. Rick was smaller than this when he was one. but Rick was from a bit of a duff batch. There was Rick and his brother only did a year. No, did he only live a year? I think he lived under a year. Rick's brother. So there's obviously something genetically wrong. And Rick's always been a bit of a more delicate snail. And the reason he is separated in his own retirement tank is I can't risk Rick having eggs anymore, because the last lot of eggs he had nearly killed him. It took him 3 days to lay them. He was having real trouble. I had to give him soaks in warm water to help the eggs come out. And then he went all lethargic and wouldn't eat for a week. So I can't risk it with Rick anymore because he's too old. Whereas Alvin quite happily pops eggs out and then carries on moving around like nothing happened. And another way you can tell as well if they're laying eggs, if you're not sure, if you find one of your snails has disappeared for 24 hours and is under the soil, you can pretty much guarantee they're busy laying. Alvin here, what Alvin does is he will burrow under the soil, and I won't see him for a whole day and a whole night, and I'll be thinking, oh my goodness, where is he? And then I look around the tank and under the tank, and I can normally see a little bit of shell, and then you can guarantee the next day there's about 100 eggs under the soil that Alvin's been busy laying. Alvin is one of my best layers. I'm not breeding them or anything, but he would be a good one if I was breeding snails, because I can pretty much guarantee he's going to do eggs. He does eggs about every month, maybe a bit more, depending. And this one has been known, haven't you, young sir? This one has been known to breed instantly the minute I've took the eggs out the tank. So he's quite a keen producer of eggs. I say he, obviously they're hermaphrodites, they're both male and female. The correct pronoun for a snail would be they, but because I've given them masculine names, I just say he. But I've got some with girl names as well. It makes my life easier to just pick a name. And yeah, so yeah, that's a size comparison for you to give you an idea of how well Alvin, Simon and Theodore are doing. So as you can see, there's more bulk to this end of Rick's shell, and it's longer. It's obviously done one more sort of revolution round. But yeah, they're doing great. So that's a size comparison for you. I'm going to go and put these guys back now. Now they seem to have finished eating their snail mash, and it'll be time for Theodore and Simon to come and see what they think of the snail mash. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Sit in there a bit, my darling. I need my hands.